Comment from the chat. Yashin is a politician, not a warrior. I will answer you, period. That's funny. How can someone be a politician without being a warrior? Name me one serious politician, just one serious one, who wasn't a warrior. Napoleon? Alexander the Great? Gaius Julius Caesar? Churchill, maybe? Sure, Churchill was a journalist, right? However, he led a battalion at the Somme where he was sitting in a bathtub with a cigar when a ton of explosives landed nearby. The explosives exploded, burying him in the dirt, and he emerged naked, armed with a revolver, to launch an attack. Because after the artillery preparation, the attack began, and to drive the enemy out and push them back, you had to counter-attack. That's why Churchill, covered in mud, attacked the enemy with a revolver. Maybe that's when commandos started smearing themselves with mud, but that's not certain. Question from the chat. What will happen to Crimea? I've already answered about Crimea. Right now, there's no understanding of what will happen to Moscow. Russia will tear itself apart like a patchwork quilt. We don't know which part of Russia we'll be able to hold on to, but it definitely won't be Crimea. Definitely not Crimea. It is definitely not Tatarstan, definitely not Bashkortostan, and definitely not the Caucasus. Comments from the chat. A politician is far from a warrior, but warriors also make bad politicians. I can tell you that war is politics by other means, and politics is war by other means, and it wasn't me who said that. It was said by great politicians and great warriors like Clausewitz, so don't talk nonsense here. Politicians are bullshitters. They can't be anything else. In theory, a politician could be a Brahmin, but I don't personally know any such individuals. We know one philosopher, this economist philosopher who came to power in Argentina. Look at what he's doing there, so stop talking nonsense. The entire history of humanity is a history of wars. What is politics? It is derived from the word polis, meaning state. What is the primary state activity? The state primarily engages in war and the defense of its territories. That's the main state activity. That's what the state was created for. So why do we need a statesman if he can't do what the state was created for? What is politics? It's state activity. And why does the state exist? Firstly, to defend and attack. If he can't, doesn't know how, or doesn't plan to, why do we need him? I just don't understand when I hear such nonsense, this liberal bullshit, pseudo-liberals. This is absolute stupidity. They live in a society that is so cunningly deceitful, as if they exist in a vacuum, but there's no vacuum. We live on Earth, where there are still cannibals who eat people. Well, not cannibals, but others like them. You're conversing with me about politics. What kind of politics? What does it consist of? Stealing money. We are witnessing a growing number of politicians, whether from Russia or other countries, who are the most corrupt officials in the world. Comment from the chat. The state is a tool of oppression by one class over another. Understood. The state is also a machine of suppression. Comment from the chat. Vyacheslav, we're all sinners. On Judgment Day, a cauldron will boil all traitors who wish defeat upon their homeland. Which homeland are they wishing defeat upon, you scumbag? Explain to me what a homeland is. I swore an oath to the Soviet Union, and I am fulfilling that oath. Why, for example, is Ukraine less of a Soviet Union to me than Russia under Putin? What a freak. They're twisting everything right before your eyes. Who did I betray? I'm faithful to my oath, scumbag, and I will remain faithful to the end. And I will destroy Putin as a man who's trying to destroy my motherland. He's the one trying first. Comment from the chat. You betrayed and lost the Soviet Union. Who betrayed and lost it? Probably Putin, who was, damn it, in the KGB, Yeltsin, Chubais, and the rest. I didn't lose a damn thing. I was a young man who essentially created a private army, a private security agency, the Allegro Bureau. I had more than 1,000 people working for me. I established a gun shop with the intention of acquiring weapons, enabling me to confront these unscrupulous individuals and eliminate them completely. This has always been my dream. Everyone who worked with me knows that I openly talked about impaling these bastards and only wish to live to see that day. So don't tell me anything. I know all this very well. Comment from the chat. Vyacheslav, are you justifying Zelensky? Does Zelensky need my justification? It seems to me he's acting quite effectively and doesn't need my justification. I see that he's under very serious pressure, and surprisingly, he's holding up. Comment from the chat. I see you're a hero. Don't just see it. That's exactly what it is. Comment from the chat. The Ukrainian armed forces will go after nuclear weapons and march on Moscow. For now, they won't move in either direction. They are currently planning to expand the trading territory for Donetsk, Luhansk, and other areas.